All right, Mopar people, welcome back to the channel. I'm Justmoparjoe. I'm working on my 400 today, and I want to show you an issue that you might run into if you are running the Edelbrock E-Street heads. Check it out. So here's my engine, 400, low deck, obviously. And I've got the Edelbrock E-Street heads. These are 75cc. So on the 75cc, they actually have angled plugs. You can see it here. So if I screw that in real quick, back out, should be able to tell the angle on that plug compared to the header. Some of these have header fitment issues, and I didn't realize it until I went to read up on it. But in some cases like that, you can see where this header tube's been dented in before. It angles the plug away from that tube, which is nice. So as I move down, does the same thing here on number 5, just like that. Number 7 also is good. So if you're wondering about Edelbrock E-Street heads, these are some old Hooker competition, 1 7/8 tube, 3-inch collector. The other side is kind of my more issue, which starter will go through here. Hopefully you can see that. That's all nice and wide open on these. I had these headers in a 67 RT at one time. That's the only time I've ever used them, but they were probably used before that. They're not rotten or anything. Let's check our fitment here on these plugs. So we start to get a little tight on that tube. It's not bad. I'm putting that on with a boot, 90-degree boot, and a one of the Kevlar heat protector deals. That one should be fine. Front plug, I went ahead and marked the header tube. I'm gonna have to persuade it just a little bit. I get her screwed in. The further it screws, the more the outside of the plug gets away from the header. Shorty plugs are an option if you want to run them. So that one's pretty tight right there, tight. And I may have to switch to a shorty plug. I'll just see if my heat protector works. So number 2 cylinder is the tight one. Like I said, clearance that, it's marked. Number 6, I think is really nice back here. It's probably wide open. But we'll check her for fun anyway. Oh yeah, there it is. So she's screwed in, there's a mile of space around it, so that's really nice. And number 8 may be our Achilles heel. I noticed this yesterday, so if I can film from the top. As that plug goes in, it touches the tube right there. Show you from the bottom side. And I've got it marked. It will clearance, and once the plug itself actually starts in and screws in that 3/4 inch of that shank there, it should be fine, but I'm gonna go ahead and clearance it. Right now, I could unbolt the header, screw the plug in, put the header back on, but I don't wanna have to do that inside a race car every time to pull a plug out. That's that would be a very poor design. But anyway, I just wanted to share that with you all. I was not totally aware of it until I ran up on it. But if you look through the comments on like Summit Racing and stuff, they mention it with these heads. And even the Edelbrock guy says, they leave some kind of comment saying, well, if you're just running a street engine, you could just run the open chamber head, but I like the closed chamber. If you bolted these on like a stock 400 or stock 440, you know, like from the 70s, it would give you at least a half a point of compression, which would be nice. Maybe even a full point. Just have to do your math on that. But this thing's about to run. I'm going to get my run stand ready, and she'll be good. I appreciate y'all watching, and check out my run video coming up. After that, we're going to a dyno.
Got a quick pair of Mopars in.